Yo, what's poppin', low gang? It's okay to leave a bagel in a hot car. Apparently, because that's where I am right now. It is currently 10:56 a.m. The car is boiling hot, and I'm glad I'm recording in the morning, because if I recorded any later, it would be even worse outside. I mean, I guess I could record at night, but I'm not sure how I feel about recording in a car when I can't see if someone's about to approach me and axe murder me or something. But anyway, early morning, tired as shit. Wanted to get some rants out of the way to start my day right before recording audio for the Volume 2 video. I'm still working on that. It's gonna be a fucking nightmare to get out. But hey, this is the job I signed up for, so have no one to blame but myself. Anyway, this rant comes from Katie Pack, who says, "Might be too late, but could I change this month's rant to some brief advice about not getting beaten to death by copyright? I know my initial request was legendary and not insanely stupid and vapid, and I'm sure you were looking forward to it, but yeah, either way, I'm chillin'. And first of all, the old rant really was legendary. I hope you reuse this. If you're ever at a loss for what to rant about, absolutely do that one. And I read out that post in full. First of all, because that's usually what I do. But second of all, to just say that, yeah, you can change rants. So long as I haven't recorded them already. If I've already recorded them, I'll be like, tough shit, I already did all that work, next month. Probably wouldn't be that rude about it, but, I just want to set up this sort of precedent. It's early morning, words are coming to me slow. I mean, they do that anyway, but whatever. So, I feel like a lot of people overstate how difficult it is to avoid copyright on AniTube, because anime companies are infamously belligerent when it comes to copyright law. They will, target certain channels like Toei Animation with that one dude that I don't watch, so I don't remember his name. But, they took down all his fucking videos and striked his channel, and I think it was like either near termination or, well, I don't think it actually did get terminated, but there was probably at least a strike or two. Or maybe it was just taking down videos. I don't remember. I'm not too up to date with it. I know that for Castaway Anime, the podcast I do with Neon Manta, we have to, pitch shift. Okay, so we play a clip from the show at the beginning of every episode, because that's how Canton did it. We're sort of, having the spirit of Canton live on through our content. But we normally have to, pitch shift the audio and put this low opacity overlay of Woody and Buzz Lightyear laughing at the camera and saying when Japanese companies, or when YouTubers, follow fair use laws, or Japanese companies, whatever, something to that effect. Japanese companies laughing at AniTubers following copyright law. And that's because we're playing an actual clip from the show, but if you're just using it as background footage, it is astonishingly easy to get away with. The golden rule is 10 seconds or less. You always need the clips to be under that, or else it's a little risky. I've done some clips around 15 seconds in the Tomazaki video, but that's more a matter of knowing what you can get away with. Because Tomazaki, the rights holders aren't going too crazy for that. There's clips of it on YouTube. You can look on YouTube and see okay, how much did they have to cut up the clip in order to avoid copyright law? And if they can play full minute and a half long clips from the show, you can be good for a little more than 10 seconds, maybe up to 15 or 20. 20 is really pushing it, though, I'd say. But let's say you wanted to show an actual clip from the show. If you're doing a light novel, congratulations, it's super easy. You just literally read it out, and the copyright system can't automatically detect you. So light novel reviewers in this regard are actually very lucky. They don't have any footage to steal in the first place. And so the copyright system genuinely, light novel content is undetectable. But if you're playing, let's say a 10 or 20 second scene from an anime, well, then it's a little more tricky. The golden rule is to cut it continuously. So, every break between dialogue, you need to make a cut, and it does get to a point where it's kind of obnoxious. And that's the part that makes it really hard to actually show footage from anime. Because it's after a certain point, it just becomes, unbearable to watch, to the point where it's why even use the footage in the first place? And you can see examples of this in my Tomazaki video, where I'm, showing a 1.5 to 2 minute long scene, but, constantly cutting. And, granted, you just have to cut out some dialogue anyway to make it, not kill the pacing of the video. Shorten down what the characters are saying, make it more concise, because you're going to explain it later anyway. But, you just need to cut around constantly. Inverting the clip also helps with it. You can shrink it within the screen, you can make it move around, you can zoom it in, zoom it out. There's a lot of different tricks you can do. You can add a watermark to it, anything to get the system off your tracks. But I imagine, most videos don't require much showing of, actual scenes from the show. You're just, you explain most of that. And realistically, if you have the choice between showing the clip and explaining the scene, you're probably going to explain the scene anyway for pacing reasons, and because, you don't have to cut away from your voice. It's, it makes the video a lot cleaner in execution. So, generally speaking, you probably aren't going to have to deal with it too much. You can just cut every 10 seconds, and you should be good. I have never had an issue with copyright, as long as I, cut the footage every 10 seconds. Literally, on my channel right now, there are, all my copyright claims are on my old videos, because back then I would play the OP of the show, unedited in the video. Or, my channel intro used to be just the engaged to the unidentified I'm not speaking well, it's morning. Engaged to the unidentified OP for some fucking reason, and that got me claimed in the Tony Kaku video. So it's uneligible to earn me money. I'm not getting my YouTube doubloons. Oh no. My 2 cents off of that old video. Yeah. As long as you're not an idiot, you can get through it just fine. None of my videos have claims. They're all monetized. Everything Tomazaki and up is monetized up. Just follow those videos. Just watch them and do the same thing, and copyright won't touch you. That's about it. See ya.